Welcome to Aurora's monthly training on environmental compliance. Course objectives. After completing this course, you should understand why environmental compliance is important, your role and responsibilities as they relate to environmental compliance, key requirements for properly managing hazardous and universal waste stormwater pollution prevention strategies, emergency procedures and how to prevent and respond to a spill. Why environmental compliance? Environmental compliance is becoming an increasingly important part of doing business. Our people care. Our customers care. Regulatory environment is challenging. Frequent agency inspections. Steep fines and penalties for noncompliance. Aurora's environment, health and safety policy. We are committed to protecting the health and safety of our people and the environment. We recognize that safe and environmentally responsible operations bring shared value to our business, our coworkers, our customers, and the communities in which we operate. Our goal is zero harm. Your responsibilities. Coworkers are responsible for understand and follow all environmental rules, policies and procedures. Use stop work authority to halt any work that poses an imminent threat to the environment. Promptly report all incidents and raise environmental concerns and suggestions to the appropriate leaders. Hazardous waste. What is hazardous waste? Hazardous waste is a waste with properties that make it potentially dangerous or harmful to human health or the environment. A waste is classified as hazardous waste if it meets one of the following characteristics: ignitable, corrosive, reactive, or toxic. A waste may also be classified as hazardous waste if it appears on one of the lists of known hazardous wastes. These lists are referred to as the F, K, P and U lists. Hazardous waste is regulated. Important: hazardous waste may not be thrown in the regular trash. There are strict rules and requirements for the storage and disposal of hazardous waste. Hazard waste requirements. Containers. Container lids must be kept closed except for when adding/removing waste, bung/lid ring/bolt installed and hand tight. Containers must be accessible. Make sure there are always in accumulation areas. Liquid-filled containers should have secondary containment. Containers must be in good condition and free of severe rust, major dents, leakage. Hazard waste requirements. Labeling. Containers must be labeled as hazardous waste and include completed label. The following information clearly legible. Physical composition. Hazard properties. Generator EPA ID number. Name and address of generator. Accumulation start date. Labels should be affixed to the side of the drum which is facing outward to the aisle in the storage area. Hazard waste requirements. Other. Weekly inspections of storage areas/containers are required. Hazardous waste manifests required when shipping hazard waste. Basic training required for personnel who handle hazard waste. Emergency plan/procedures required. Universal waste. What is universal waste? Universal wastes are common materials that, due to their volume and the nature of their components, are considered a limited hazard and require some minimal control to ensure they are disposed properly. Common examples of universal waste include electronics, batteries, aerosol cans, fluorescent lamps. Universal waste requirements. Universal waste must be accumulated in compatible, closed, labeled containers. Containers are available from common vendors like Grainger and Staples. Labels must say universal waste and identify contents and accumulation start date. Containers must sent to a universal waste recycler within 1 year. A quick internet search will show you waste recyclers in your area. Shipping documents, such as a bill of lading, may be used to document their disposal. Hazardous waste manifests are not required. Stormwater pollution prevention. What is stormwater? Stormwater is untreated water created from rain or melting snow that does not soak into the ground, but runs into nearby waterways. Stormwater does not flow into a wastewater treatment system, it flows directly into our surface waters. Our stormwater conveyance system consists of our gutters, storm drains, and underground pipes. What we do on the land affects the water quality and the habitat of our creeks and rivers. It also affects our quality of life, our fisheries, and our recreation. Did you know? Many of our facilities are governed by a stormwater permit that requires sampling and analysis of the water that runs off of our property. Illicit discharges. An illicit discharge is any discharge of pollutants or non-storm water materials allowed to enter the storm sewer systems. Examples of illicit discharges: dumping chemicals into drain, oil leaks and fuel spills, paper dust or plastic debris washing into drains, trash not picked up allowed to go into drains. Allowable storm water discharges: fire system testing or response water, potable water sources, atmospheric condensate, landscape irrigation, foundation/footing drainage, incidental windblown mist from cooling towers. Everything else is prohibited from going down the storm drain. Best management practices. Trash cans and dumpsters should be periodically checked to prevent overfilling and possible trash washing into a drain. Dumpsters should have lids and be kept closed. Liquid chemical containers should be stored in secondary containment. Ensure vehicles are maintained and report leaking vehicles. Use storm drain covers when transferring chemicals outdoors, for example fuel transfer tankers. Ensure a maintenance schedule is in place to regularly sweep outdoor areas of trash, debris and leaves. No washing vehicles or other dirty objects outside unless all rinse water is collected and disposed of properly. Promptly report and clean up all spills. Emergency preparedness and spill prevention/response. Spill prevention. Coworkers who handle or work around hazardous materials and hazardous waste must take measures to prevent spills. Spill prevention measures include regular inspections of chemical-filled containers, piping and equipment to monitor for leaks, ruptures, pressure buildup, etc. Following established protocols for loading/unloading and transfer of chemicals. Use of double-walled tanks, leak detectors, and/or high-level alarms. Use of secondary containment and diking. Spill response. First, attend to personal injuries. Dial 911 if life-threatening, otherwise, call for first aid help. Splash in eyes. Immediately rinse eyes with water continuously for 15 minutes, forcibly hold eyes open and rinse behind eyelids, obtain medical attention. Spill on body. Remove contaminated clothing in flood-exposed area with running water for 5 minutes, make sure spill has not accumulated in shoes. Spill response. Next, assess the risk. Is it a simple spill or a major spill? Simple spills do not spread rapidly, do not endanger people or the environment, except by direct contact, can be managed safely by the local team which is trained to use the material. Major spills spread rapidly, endanger people and/or the environment, present an inhalation hazard, create significant contamination that is difficult to clean up. Spill response. Finally, initiate action. Simple spills. Notify affected people and a manager. Keep the area clear. Isolate the spill and cover nearby storm drains. Plan the cleanup. Major spills. Dial 911 if the hazard is severe and puts people at risk. Notify top management and EHS immediately. Activate the alarm, evacuate, assemble at a safe distance. Account for people and warn others not to enter. Wait for and provide information to responders. If safe to do so, cover nearby storm drains while you wait for help. Simple spill cleanup procedures. If it is a simple spill and the local team can handle the cleanup, follow these steps. Determine the identity of the spilled material and consult SDS to determine potential hazards. Contact EHS for support, if needed. Avoid breathing vapors and increase ventilation, if possible, open windows. Remove all ignition sources from area if spilled material is flammable. Where appropriate, PPE. Thoroughly clean up spill from the outside edges inward using absorbents, so as not to spread the spill. Dispose of all cleanup materials and contaminated PPE as hazardous waste. Emergency response/spill cleanup equipment. Emergency safety showers/eye washes. First aid kits. Portable fire extinguishers. Personal protective equipment. Spill kits, in overpack drum. Absorbents, pillows, pads, pigs, kitty litter. Neutralizers. Acid sodium bicarbonate or acid spill kit. Base sodium bisulfate, citric acid or base spill kit. Dustpan/brush. Caution tape. Check your emergency response/spill cleanup supplies periodically to make sure that you are well stocked. Also, anytime you use these materials, make sure to report it to the appropriate personnel so that replacement supplies can be ordered. Thank you for participating in this monthly training. If you have any questions, please get with your safety department or reach out to your regional safety manager. They will be glad to answer any questions you might have. Have a safe day.